Hello. Hi. Welcome to the world. Hi. Oh, look at you. I know it's windy out here today. And oh, hello. Hello. How are you? I got all silkies in here this time, including my old 8-year-old girl, Poof. Hi, Poof. Yeah. Yeah, my old girl. She wasn't too broody last year, but she is this year. Except for one of my girls, that gray tail right there was a porcelain. They do good like silkies. Go back here. Oh. They do good like silkies, because I had those girls in here, and when my ducklings hatched, they were being mean and killing my ducklings. But silkies they're great broody hens. They're great at hatching out chicks, and when it's okay, go to mom. And when it comes to hatching out like other species like ducks, quails, even a turkey, they take to it. Are you up relaxing? Don't you have any eggs? And I have a top on here except for right there, and I have a heat lamp, so I gotta move this over a little bit. It's dirty. I gotta clean this off. This is after 3 days I poop on it, so later today when it's not so windy, or tomorrow, because if I go to throw this stuff, it's just gonna come right back in my face. But anyway, I just changed this because they had it all a mess. They got their mommy's pellet food here, and then they got their little chick food here. Start them off, and I give them a little bit more water here. But yeah, hi. And I put some hay in a bucket here, and I carried up some chick food with just a little bit of hay. It's not gonna hurt. I gotta fill it up. And the moms actually picked that out, but that should be good to start them out with. So I got 2 to hatch it out so far. I should be having some more come out later today. I just took all the eggs out and checked them. I have 14. I had put 20 underneath her. And I had 16 left, so I got 14 more to go since 2 hatched out. If I mathed that right. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Thank you for hatching me out babies. Thank you. Thank you for hatching me out babies. Thank you. Thank you for hatching me out some babies. Oh, you're so good. Thanks, Tumble Bumble. This is your first year going broody and hatching me out babies, huh? Yeah, she's doing good. She started 2 last year, but... Thank you, that was in my ear, but she didn't want to. She's kind of like Pooh. She started halfway through and then... But then after all these guys, or most of these guys, get hatched out, then I'll probably keep like maybe 1 hen in here, because I have the heat lamp. Which, depending on which hen, probably be Pooh, because she's my matriarch. She's been through chicks before. These guys have been through chicks before. Just depends which hen wants to take them on. And yeah. Like I said, just depends which hen wants to take them on. Hi everybody, I'm back. Guys, we teach them to eat from here. I know you have, but I gave them their pellets because it's got some sweet feed in it. Helps keep them built up. I know the chick feed to start and grow will help the hens too. They dig their pellets out as well. I'm gonna throw a little chick food in there, which is okay. There we go. Eat that chick food. You don't want the chick food. My camera cut out yesterday. It's today. No more new chicks. I should have chicks being born any day. I got the dates wrote on them. But I could be off a day or two on my dates. Come on. So, in this one, I checked. The one toe's got 5 toes on it. The other toe's only got 4. And he's got hair in his feet. And, I was looking up chickens. Because he looks like at first I thought he was like my sea brights, but it's like, no. And she's part. She's Millie Fueler and Silky mix. Because she does got 5 toes. Millie Fuelers do not have 5 toes, they only have 4. But she's got 5 toes, but she looks like a full Millie Fueler, which is gorgeous. I would like to see a full Silky with those kind of spots on her. That's what I was kind of hoping for. So, hey, look at you. You're so cheeky. I think that one is a little rooster, and I think the Silky that was born is a little rooster as well. There's a little tiny bump right on the top, like where the nub would go, where you can feel something. I know it's like an old wives' tale, but with my Silkies, if I can feel a little bump, like the little bump that you see right here, if you can feel the little bump up there when their little baby's just born, usually it indicates a male. When you can't feel anything and it's pretty smooth, it's usually a female. To a certain point, because this right here, this girl Tumbleweed, and Poof, little girl Poof back there, they sort of felt like they had a little bump from the person. I got Poof from somebody different. And the same person with her. They thought they felt a little bump, and that's what we thought they were roosters. And it's kind of hard to feather sex band hams. It's really hard to feather sex Silkies. But sometimes you have hens that are what they call dominant hens. Yeah. Hi. And I got my porcelain Ducklings, or however they pronounce the last of it, in here. She's the only one that's not a Silky. I took the other Silky out because she wanted to be out with the others. She wasn't really interested in teaching the chicks. She was okay with laying on the eggs, but after these 2 chicks hatched, she was just running around. Now, I do got my brooder set up with the heat lamp ready to go. Because after we have more chicks hatch out, there's only 2 right now, but after we get like 5 or 6 chicks in here, even though there's enough room, because we want them to sort of stay broody, and this little cage helps them stay broody and helps them sit on the nest. They got their water, they got their food, there's enough room for the chicks to run around. Yeah, what we'll do is, if they start leaving the nest and not all the eggs have hatched out, because they'll be more worried about, I see you hiding in there, I see you playing peekaboo. I had a chicken, a rooster. He had coloration like that, but he was a regular chicken. He wasn't a mix, we called it peekaboo. But what we'll do is, we'll take the chicks out and set them up in my brooder and leave these girls in here to finish hatching out the eggs. And then as they hatch out and they dry off, we'll take them and put those ones in the brooder. So that way, and as soon as all the chicks are hatched out, we'll bring them back up here for a few days with the girls. See how it goes. Or we can just leave them in the brooder and let these girls get off the nest so they can stretch their legs, stretch their wings, get out here and visit with their friends. Be like, oh, they don't have to even babysit. Because then these guys, like I said, are being sold. There's only like maybe 3 in here. I think I got 3 duck eggs. But those potentially have homes already if they hatch out. If not, no big deal. I'm not keeping them. They'll be adopted out. I got enough ducks. If I do any ducks, it'll be a selective breeding. Because I really would like Cuddle's egg, because Cuddle still lays me eggs. And she's 8 years old. Just like I wouldn't mind a baby from Poof. I think I got one of her eggs, but I'm not sure. But this is just to replace a few of my hens. That passed away. I haven't had any of the band hams pass away. So I'm hoping for some larger hens to pass out and replace 2 of my older hens that passed away. And I got some older hens and some young to middle-aged hens that are still good. Yeah. That's about it. And the rest can be adopted out. Yeah. And like I said, with selective breeding, you put your hens in here that you want with your roosters, or your rooster. I should say. You put your one rooster in here with the hens you want. And I leave them in for about a week, let them cover, and collect the eggs that I need. I mark them, and I would put them in an incubator. Or you could put them underneath your hen. The only problem with putting them underneath the hen is you have a potential for the hen to accidentally crack them. Or a predator to, you know, just bust down the door, like, even though this is metal, this is still wood, they could still probably get in. Yeah. But it's more, even if I used one hen, I have had one hen accidentally, you know, step or crack an egg, not meaning to. I know you guys want to see babies. And I was in here earlier. I went through and cleaned out everything. We gotta get everything from the door. But I have to, I didn't get back here, because see how they kick dirt back here? This cage is hard to get out of here. It fits in here, just wedges in here a certain way. So I spot cleaned everything. It's okay. It's okay. Hi. Hi, baby. It's okay. So I went in and I spot cleaned what I could, because, you know, they don't need poop in here. This right here is just feathers. Because they poop in the nest. Because you poop in the nest. You poopy in the nest. Yeah. Hi, Poof. Hi, back here. Hi, Poofy. Hi, old girl. Hello. Are you helping with the babies? Oh, my camera went on. Are you helping with the babies, old girl? I can't believe it. Poof's like 8 years old. She still lays me eggs. She's such a good mama. You too. You are too, Sully. Sully used to be the old Sultan, but she turned out to be a hen. So we just started calling her Sully. And then when Sultan was born September, I'm like, I want a Sultan. I'm hoping it's a rooster. And he's got the really big feet. He's got bigger feet than my hens here. And then the two black hens. He's got a bigger head. See if he's out here. He's over here. Sultan. I close this door. Sultan. Is that you? Yep. That's him. I don't know if you can tell how big his feet are. But, I mean, see, my other silkies over here, they're supposed to be silky band hens if they got big. They got big feet, and his dad was a big silky, like that guy right there. So he could be taking some of the, you know, the bigger gene genetics. And he's still not done growing. Conjure over there, he's the other rooster, the other red one. His dad was the silky, and one of these guys, which turned out very beautiful. Really neat how she retained the spots and he didn't. But Sultan right here could very well indeed, like I said, his feet are huge. So yeah, and I don't think he's done growing, but he's got the blue, the really bright blue like little cheek on the side, where I haven't noticed my girls have that. But if you can see, Poof has a little bit of the blue on the side of her cheeks. So does she. She has a little bit of the blue right here on the side of her cheeks. It's kind of hard to see in the black. My camera's wonky. But my girls don't have as much of a blue that comes through. But when Poof was really young, she had a really bright blue on her, which we all thought was a male, and it just wasn't. Because she laid her first egg. That's what I thought. This one was going to be a rooster. Because hers was really bright blue at first when she was growing, but nope. My feet are getting cold. I only have these boots on, and they don't keep your feet warm. It's not super cold out here. It is not windy today, but my feet are always cold. Like I said, they're underneath eggs here. And you're underneath the chicks, I think? Yeah, these are the chicks. Which I would like to see, please. I'll keep them warm. Here we go. Oh. He's the only two so far. It's okay, I got you. Hi. But I looked at this little buff brown one back here. And then I looked up my, my Millie Fuelers. At first I thought maybe my sea brights. Looked at my sea bright chicks and I'm like, no, because I go by coloration, and when you mix chicks and you do mix genetics, you can get chickens that look similar in coloration. But I was like, at first I was like, oh, it looks like what my reminds me of what my my Old English Game Band hens look like, my silver wing or my red. But when I went back through some of my chick pictures and looked some up online, and it could be a cross between even her and one of my silkies, because silkies do have different colorations besides this, and it could be something with the smudgy color showing up. My silkies are supposed to have these girls right here, not poof. My white ones are supposed to have a splash gene in them. They're supposed to have a blue gene in them, because these girls, when they were born and hatched out, same hen and same rooster. The rooster's supposed to be a splashed, and the hen was, I think, black. There were some black babies born. This little buff came from out of somewhere. And the two blacks. But the two splash ones, the only two splash ones that were born, my friend kept. So we're hoping that these guys carry the gene. If not, then I'll make my own. I'll make my own splash by taking my my little spotty ones back there and making a version of my splash. I don't care really about purebred, because I don't show them. These are just my pets. I care about having healthy, pretty pets. I kind of like letting them free range and develop to see what they make on their own, how, you know, the pretty babies they make. Because look at these pretty babies. Where'd you go? Conjure. Come here, Conjure. Come on, Mama. Conjure, can I see you real quick? Will you leave the girls alone? Conjure, he's over there. Conjure, come here. Hurry up. I want to see you real quick. Come here. Your girl will be there. Anyway, you see how pretty Conjure turned out? If you can see him. And where's my other little girl, my baby? Oh, she's right there drinking. She's drinking, and one of her moms is over there on the other side of the water dish. Which, I gotta clean your water dish again. How do you get it so dirty? I put it up on stuff so you don't get it dirty. And these are my two little a-holes. Yeah, you're mean. You're mean. Yes. They're just protected. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you. Are you able to sit on that egg here? Have that egg. You're good. Alright, I'm gonna leave these girls. So I'm gonna go in, my feet are cold. Yeah. Alright, teach your babies to eat. Okay? And sometimes what I do, I need the mom here. Let's throw a little bit of food there. No, we don't get it. Now teach them to eat that. Eat that food. They've been doing good. Trust me, if the babies weren't eating any food, I know they have like a little bit of a yolk thing, and they can survive for 2 or 3 days. But if they weren't eating, they would, or drinking anything, they'd be worse off. They wouldn't be that good. Alright, girls. It's enough chicken for right now. I'm gonna go in. And I've already let the dogs see the babies. Just like I did with these 3. So that way, I'm hoping that these guys go to their new homes within a couple weeks of them all being hatched out. I usually give them a week or 2, make sure everybody's doing absolutely good, and I let them go. I wait till everything's hatched out, so that way, you know, make sure everybody's doing good. Then they all get adopted out. But just in case they're here for a little longer than they're supposed to be, and nobody has like stepped forth to take a baby chick, I make sure, one, that they know the dogs, and the dogs know them. For one, because I'll put Kylo in a little playpen out there, which is a little playpen. And the baby chicks at that age can get through that playpen there, the grating. So if they get big enough and they're still here, then they go out in that playpen. I'm all stuffed up today. But if they get big enough to go out in that playpen, then Kyla goes out in that playpen and lays with them. Because I don't put a top over it. And hawks and stuff fly around, and you got other dangers. So that way she protects them. But they're not out unless I'm out. So I have to be out here. But that way I can do my yard work and everything. Kyla can watch the babies. And she also still does her service dog work. Because if something's wrong, she'll bark to alert me. Hey, something's either wrong over by the chicks or something's up with me. And if Kyla needed to, she could jump over that pen and get to me. So it's not like she can't get out of the pen. That pen will not hold Kyla. If she really wanted out, she can get out. But when the chicks are smaller, I got another smaller pen. And has netting wrapped around it so they can't get out. For the chicks that Kyla can also go in. And she can also get out, but the chicks can't. That they can go in. If they're here that long. I'm hoping they are not. And I would like to put them in here. That baby chicks, but the baby chicks, as small as they are, can get out of there. And I don't want, the wind almost blew stuff down. It blew the door and almost knocked the camera out of my hands. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to wrap my whole entire bottom pen in netting. It's a pain in the butt. So we're going to say goodbye. Chicks are sleeping. It's noon, so they must have ate. I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to put a little bit more food. Chick food. In there. Now, I do got a flock raiser crumble mixed in with that food. So, did you hear something? But I do got a flock raiser mixed in with their pellet food. It's for the turkeys. Because it doesn't add, I don't want to get, like, keep them on an actual turkey food. Because they're not for food, the turkeys. The turkeys are pets. They're my flock guardians when I'm not out here. For the big pen. This pen is a little bit, the Banham's pen is a little bit more secure. Not saying the big pen's not. But the big pen, if a bear wanted to, could have probably ripped through that within about a good 10-15 minutes. He'd probably be out here for another hour with this one. But we would hear it. But at least, you know. And something's when we're not here. That's what the turkeys are for. It's to help deter predators away from the flock. My Banham roosters are nasty enough that nothing has ever bothered my Banhams. It's always been my larger flock. I haven't really had too many critters try to bother my Banhams, as nasty as my little tiny roosters are. This is why I like keeping my nasty roosters around. I hate getting flogged by them, but I mean, I can even show you. Let me shut this. We're gonna see if I can show you. I can walk in here. I gotta come in here and rake all the leaves out and everything. It's in the winter and when it got muddy, or before winter, so we would put leaves down there because it's dry enough. But this thing was not soaking wet and muddy. So they didn't get leaves. I think they're a little bit mad. But like this guy right here. Are you guys going to vlog me today? Still got food. Look at that. You got food. I don't know if you can tell. Thanks, Dalton. They got food. Look at that. They got food all over the ground. I'm stepping on food. So I got to come in here and rake all this up. And what I do is when I rake all this loose stuff up, I'll throw it down there because the big farm will actually eat it. But I leave it until you guys eat it. They're out here pecking on the ground. Oh, you're not going to do it now? He'll do it too. I gotta put your little flock block up. Don't try it. This is what I put the flock block on. I usually have my flock block more towards in the wintertime. Not that I don't give these guys nummies or anything, but flock block is just really Jack. Oh, Indy gonna protect me from the asshole rooster, huh? Usually Indy and Jack right here. Jack and little Indy over there. Chase him away. So, good job, Indy. Good job. Thank you, Indy. Thank you for rescuing Mommy. You know who feeds you, don't you? But that's all they're doing. When I come in here, that's what they think. They're just, you know, protecting their flock. And even though they know I feed them, I take care of them and stuff like that, their whole instinct is, get out, this is my pen. Right, Conjure? Got girls over here sunning. You okay over there? Yep, you're just sunning? Alright. Just checking. You over there sunning? Yeah, because it's a little bit, it's windy out here and it's chilly. There's not too much of a wind, but it's got a chill to the wind. So, but that's what we do mostly in the before winter's got a bunch of leaves in here, and when the snow falls and it's a nice day like this and we got time, we'll rake all the leaves and put in here. I have even taken the leaves and putting in there and used as bedding when I'm out of bedding, because hey, it works. You could mulch up the leaves and use it as a finer bedding for inside there, which I have seen some people do. But if it's going to be really muddy and icky, and if you got ducks, when they track that stuff back in and makes those leaves, just, it becomes even more of a mess. So we just leave the leaves whole. And you put it in there and use it as bedding. I mean, we have hay and a sawdust in there, but if we're low on, like, let's say, sawdust, we've got a little bit of hay, we'll throw the leaves and hay in there, and it works. Because, believe it or not, it dries. It does, but it don't. I mean, outside it dries quicker, inside it don't, but it helps, it helps stretch when you're low on bedding, you need bedding, you just can't get it right then and there. Right, guys? You use nature. I mean, besides burning the leaves, and because I got a pile over there I got to burn. And it can take a while to burn down the leaves. And then, of course, the stuff that the bunnies don't use, I've thrown that in for bedding, I've thrown it out here for the bedding. It all works. As long as it's not too nasty and it's not like overly like moldy. Cause I've even thrown some moldy food out to the chickens. If it's super moldy, no, but it's got a little bit of mold, I've never had a problem. Because I've even looked that up, I've even asked my vet, and they said a little bit is fine. Even if you have hay that's a little tad bit moldy, they can use it as bedding because the chickens aren't going to be eating it. The chickens ain't going to be eating the hay. It's the dust you would have to worry about. Is anything that cause upper respiratory. But mold, a little bit of mold, isn't going to hurt. It's kind of like, because they use mold to make penicillin. Or they used to, as far as I knew. That was a long time ago. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying. And then, of course, you got blue cheese, and that's supposed to be moldy cheese, so, and we eat that stuff. So a little bit's not going to hurt them. But if something's like really more like caked in mold, or it's like slimy, like it like stinks so god awful bad, it's like a slimy mold. Now by the time I mix up, like if I have spaghetti that's still good and mac and cheese and you know, like fruit, you know, that's starting to go, you know how it like tastes a little bit off. If I'm throwing all that out there, and even vegetables, by the time you mix all that up, it's gonna have a little bit of a funky smell to it. Two, I put seasonings on it, like herbal seasonings, like oregano. I'm getting my camera wet. And I'm putting like oregano in it, a little bit of rub sage, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, one,
A lot of animals, like even bears and stuff, don't like the smell of cayenne pepper. So it keeps animals from coming in and wanting that stuff, because they smell you feeding and stuff, and they're like, ooh, that smells good. Well, and it's been raining here lately, but I usually I like buy cayenne pepper by the pound. Line my whole chicken coop in cayenne pepper. Now, the other chickens from next door might come over and eat the cayenne pepper. I don't care. My chickens will dig the cayenne pepper and eat the cayenne pepper around the chicken coop. I don't care. But it keeps the predators away. Or it's supposed to. And it's supposed to deter snakes. Because a snake could try to go in there. But cayenne pepper is supposed to help with egg production. It's probably why I have so many eggs, and these guys are... You like eggs? Kyla want some eggs? Kyla and Hans like eggs, but sometimes I look at them like, Mom, we having eggs again tonight? Yep, you're having eggs again tonight. Eggs are good for you. Right? You tangled up again. So, the dogs get eggs, and even if I get too many eggs, I've cooked up eggs, because eggs are good protein. You can cook up eggs, and then you take the eggshells and crush them up. You cover them with cayenne pepper. You can take oregano, parsley, and put that in there. There's other herbs that you can look up. I just can't think right now. But you take that and you put that in there and you throw it to your flock. Everyone's like, oh. And I had some people tell me, oh, if you feed your chickens eggs, that's going to make them eat their own eggs. Yes and no. But if you season them, yes. But if you only give them to them every once in a while, and sometimes I come out and I break an egg. I drop an egg and I break it. I'm not going to take it and throw it away. I either let the dog eat it or I give it to the chickens. And I don't have a problem with my hens eating my eggs. The only time my hens eat my eggs is if I throw it right out here in the pen. Because they've laid eggs out in this pen. They won't eat them. If I accidentally drop an egg or I break an egg, then they're going to eat it. But you can even take the eggshells, crush them up, and season a little bit and throw them back out to your... And when I say season, I mean take herbal seasonings that are good for them and put back out to your chickens.